You spend hours and hours doom scrolling through TikTok, watching Instagram stories, and you know you have so much stuff to do. And what do? You just sit there on social media. It's not a good habit, and you know this. You know you need to get off of it. But every single day you tell yourself, "Oh, I got that stuff to do. I do this and that," and you just never do it. Why? Because you're literally addicted to your phone. You're addicted to social media, and you know that if you keep going on with this sort of lifestyle of just keep every single day just scrolling hours and hours just wasted, you're gonna be a failure. And we know we don't want that, right? So just watch this whole video. I'm telling you, if you can't watch this whole video without like having to click off because you're bored, you have a serious issue. Like you need like medical attention type shit, because it's like I'm not gonna do no fancy edits, no like really like corporate cuts or whatever you see these big YouTubers do. Yeah, I'm stuttering, but it's like they add to your brain damage. They add to these little dopamine hits. All those little reasons you see, like those zoom ins and different camera angles, they add to your brain damage. You gotta be like relaxed, calm, just watch. Just try to make it through. This video won't be longer than 10 minutes. Just try to make it through. I want to feed you the right information so that you can actually quit. Right? I don't want to add to the damage that your brain's already been through. Right? You already have excessive stimulation from your phone. Okay? So I remember like just going back, because I used to be just like you. Okay? I used to come home from school, and I would like be eating my little bit of food or whatever, and then I would start like scrolling on TikTok, right? Just like, you know, you eat while you watch or whatever. And then I remember I would just like be in the kitchen, then in the living room, then in my bedroom, and I'd just still be scrolling just endlessly. And then hours would pass, and only until I got like a notification or my phone died or like someone called me or something happened, I'd be like, damn, like how did it pass 3 or 4 hours? Like you don't even like, the time is right there and you still don't notice it. It's so baffling. And so it's like, it's such a bad problem, but it's so hard to get rid of. And it's like I don't know why. I wish I watched something like this when I was like addicted, because you don't even realize that you're addicted. You don't realize how much time you're spending. You don't realize like how much more you could be getting done, especially because every day you're going through this like same loop, and you like feel like you're in this cycle. And until you literally won't know how much more you can get done until you quit, but you haven't quit because you grew up like this, right? And so it's like I'm telling you right now, because of I've quit, I get so much more done. My days feel so long, and I'm like whoa, like I can't even imagine. I can't even remember how much time I was. Actually, I do remember. It was like 10 hours a day. Like it was nuts. Like I would watch so much TikTok. I'd be going through Instagram stories back and forth, just scrolling back and forth like through the apps. I would watch Twitch streams for hours. I would watch YouTube videos endlessly, right? And like it ruined your life, and it's like you don't even realize how it ruins it, because you're scrolling, but you don't realize that you're literally damaging your brain. You get every single time that you scroll, your brain gets dopamine. And so all of these social media apps, they're designed this way. So it's not really your fault. It's like junk food. It's so easy that it's so convenient that you just kind of give in, right? And so it's like the bad thing happens when you like stay. Like imagine you just kept eating junk food every single day. Like you know how it feels. So it's like when you go through social media every single day, your brain feels like it's like been eating junk food. And it's like all these like social media platforms, they know how to do this. They did this shit on purpose, right? Where it's like every time you scroll, your brain gets a hit of novelty, of stimulation, because it's seeing something brand new. You're laughing, you're getting educated, you feel like you're getting smarter, you feel like you're having a good time because you might see a little meme or something, but in reality, you don't remember anything. Like I bet you, however long you scrolled yesterday on social media, you don't remember a single post that you read, not a single one. And so it's like, think about like it comes in fast and it leaves just as fast. So it's like when you start reading books or doing things that are like long form, it actually will stick in your brain. Like think of a movie, like the last movie you watched, you probably actually remember the plot, but I bet you can't remember not even a single TikTok that you watched yesterday. So it's like, what am I even doing it for, right? And so it's like, I remember going through this like sort of like thought process. I was like, I don't remember a single TikTok I watched. I don't remember what I laughed at. I don't remember what I said to my friends. And I just remember this, seeing like my screen time, it was like 6 hours. I'm like, 6 hours on what? Like, what did I really spend 6 hours on? Like you'll complain that you don't have time to go to the gym or do homework or study, but you spent 6 hours on TikTok? How is that even possible? And so I was just throwing my life away. Like it was just so bad. Like I got nothing done. I was so anti-productive. And I'll tell you this, it's like, you don't even know this while you're like scrolling, but the more that you scroll, your brain gets addicted and accustomed to the dopamine. And so when you have to go do something actually hard, like reading a book or studying for your homework, start studying for your test or doing your homework, or even having a conversation with someone like your mom or something, you literally can't do it, because your brain is so used to getting such easy, fast dopamine from like social media and probably whatever damage that you get. Like if you eat junk food, same thing. If you watch porn, same thing, right? Your brain just gets damaged so fast that it doesn't want to do anything hard anymore, right? It wants everything to be just as easy as social media. But in reality, nothing is like that, right? So it's like think about how slow a conversation it would be with like an old person versus how fast you could consume like 10 TikToks, 70 seconds versus like a 10-minute conversation. Your brain is like, it's literally wired for like fast. And that's just horrible. Right? That's not how life goes. And so I really hope that everything I'm saying is like actually getting into your brain and you can relate to what I was going through, because I really do want you to quit. I want you to become mindful and stop being so mindless, right? Using these social media apps is feeding into exactly what they're giving you, right? It's like, this is exactly what they want. They want you to be scrolling and just being addicted. But it's like, until you become conscious, you won't ever stop. And if you never stop, you'll never know how much more productive you can be, how much more successful you can be, how much more you can get done. And like, that's how bad your brain's damaged, because it takes, like, I'm going to tell you right now, it's not easy to quit, but once you quit, you'll notice immediate effects. Like, you'll see how much happier you get. You'll see how much more you get done, how much more productive, how much closer you are to success that you want, to the goals that you want. All of them just get even tiny bit closer, because you're allowing your brain to be productive. You're allowing your brain to get into deep work. You're allowing yourself to repair your focus, because all of that years of just damaging, like, imagine like a child or something getting beat up for years. Imagine how long it would take for them to like unrepair that damage, right? That's like a crazy example, but it's like first thing that came to my mind. And so it's like, you need to let your brain get undamaged, and you want to do that sooner rather than later, because you don't want to become like old or like a parent or something and still have that damaged brain where you're like, you can't even focus on like taking care of your child or feeding yourself. You're like, I need to watch some TikTok. Like, no, you don't need to watch no more TikToks. Like, you watch enough TikToks. It's gotten you nothing. You don't even gain anything from watching it. Like, not even like the educational TikToks. Like, I remember I was like, oh yeah, no, I'm learning. And I would like save some of them like on my bookmarks, and then I would never revisit them. And I would never learn anything. Like, it's the most useless information you could ever have. And so, again, this is not easy, but just keep it all in your mind, right? Like, really try to put an effort into repairing your brain and actually becoming happy, right? I'm telling you, you will literally become happier, because when you stop getting all your dopamine from social media, which is fake, cheap dopamine, you actually get it from real life, from conversations, from books, from doing well in life, from progressing. And so that's real lasting dopamine, and you actually can feel it. It's so insane. Like, I'm telling you this, but it's like, it's real. And so it's like, don't just watch this video and then watch another video, and just fall right back into the loop. Actually be conscious. Stop watching everything. Just let your mind relax, stare at a wall, read a book. Just do something that's not so highly stimulating, because that's the only way for you to start like getting your brain less addicted or less accustomed to it, right? And you want to, like, I remember one of the biggest things that's helped me was I stopped using my phones in the morning, right? Because I remember I would wake up, turn off my alarm, and immediately I'd check my notifications, like Twitter, Instagram, or whatever. And then I would immediately go in the app and I'll start scrolling. And then I would start rotting in bed. Like, it's so crazy. Like, you don't even know how fast it happens. You check your phone just to check the time or whatever. And then you sit on Twitter for like an hour. And you're like, wait, why am I, like, I've been in bed for an hour and a half now. For what reason? And then you feel even worse. You started your day off horribly, and then it just continues. Like, it just keeps getting worse and worse, because it's like, you started the day off horribly. You started with excessive stimulation. So that naturally everything else in life is not enjoyable, because you started your day with such high amounts of dopamine. Everything after just naturally less dopamine, right? Because everything else in life is slower, especially if you have like work or school or any big projects. You just won't be able to do them, because your brain is now used to the high stimulating activity. Like, that's how your dopamine works. And so the next time you like go on your phone and you're like you have to be really, really conscious, like set restrictions, delete the apps, but I know you won't delete them. Delete them if you really want to change. Set restrictions for less than like an hour usage, and just next time you're about to click, be like, what did that guy in that video say? And just remember me saying this. Stop using those damn dopamine drainers. Just think about me saying that. Damn dopamine drainers. DDD. I'm telling you, that's what you're gonna have to remember. You're gonna have to remember that. If you can do this, you can become so much more successful, more productive. And I just want you to take action. Take action, and remember, if you do that, in the end, we're all gonna fucking win.